Hello guys, so I did promise a guide for Detective and Watchman, and the beautiful thing is you can do both of them together. So it's a combination guide for both of those skills, because there is a method that exists for Detective called Crime Den Raids. It's very AFKable and very good XP. It only falls off at certain parts before you unlock the next tier of raiding. So I cooked up these notepads. I know, classic. I don't have time for editing, so this is the best I can do. Let's speedrun it. The very basic needs that you need are level 20 in whatever your class crafting skill is. So if you're a guardian, you go bombright, you know, blacksmith for that, stonemason for that. Very simple. This is assuming you come to this episode with 0 gear. So you should make a level 0, a level 10, and a level 20 rare weapon. It should be much easier to craft rare weapons if they're below level 20. I believe that's 19. At least that's a rumor I heard. And then it gets harder. So you should really have no excuse not to craft a rare weapon. It will speed up the combat initially very much. Apart from that, the second tip would be to go to Bladrick's Armory. The location is right here on the minimap. I can show you. It's at the start of the city. Right as you go to the city through the west gate. Right here. Boom. So the way this armory works is he will sell you armor and weapons from each episode in the game. They are already pre-assigned the episode. So let's see. This is assigned to Hope Forest. I buy it, boom. It says episode 2. It never sells gear that is unattuned. It's always pre-assigned. And the amount you get from each episode is random as far as I know. So this roll is actually very unlucky. I only got two items for episode 4. I've seen up to like 5, I would say. And there is also not a confirmed rumor that it can also sell purple items. I have never seen myself one personally, but if anyone sees a purple item being sold by this vendor, please let me know and provide proof, because people always confuse. They have like purple items that they're selling, right? And then there's a buyback category, and they think that the buyback category purple that they sold before is actually an item sold by Bladrick, but it's not. So it's a very, you know, common misconception. So I'm not 100% sure if you can or cannot get a purple, basically. I would really like to confirm if you can get it. Anyway, you should always check this every 4 hours. It refreshes every 4 hours. So this is very important, so you don't have to do combat by itself. Because in raids, the thing with raids is, yes, it's really good XP for both Watchman and Detective. It's the same amount of XP you get, unless you have handcuffs, and then it's, you know, you get slightly more handcuff XP. The best thing about raiding is the XP itself. However, there are trade-offs. You don't get any money. There is 0 money from raiding, and there is 0 combat drops. You do not get to upgrade your weapons or your armor. That is why in this guide that you see on the screen, let me just show the full guide. Here you go. If you don't want to keep hearing me just talk and talk and talk and go into details, that's it. You can just pause the video, read it, and you're good. You don't have to keep hearing me yapping. But I will go into details with things. So that is these 2 things discussed. Apart from that, you also should be using 5% Chronopolis XP potions. You should be also using the HP potions. You don't really need these all the time. You only need them when you first start a new tier of raiding. And you only need for a few levels before you're higher level than the mobs, the raiders that you're killing. So you really won't need that many, but you definitely need some, so buy some. And the way you use the potions here is, if your clear speed of the raid is less than 2 minutes, you use it at the beginning. If it's more than that, you at least need to use it before you get the final kill, the 5th kill. Because after you clear the raid, that's when the detective XP drop happens. That's the important part. Just use it before the last kill, basically. Also, the amount of knowledge points that you get is between 4 and 5, depending on your clear speed per hour. 4 to 5 per hour. And use them on whatever skill you want. Like, if you hate leveling, fishing, just use it on fishing. Like, this is your personal choice. You don't have to keep using it on detective or watchman. Personally, I don't want to use them on that because raiding is so chill and good, you know? Like, I want to make it last as long as possible. So I've been using mine on crafting. You do whatever you want with them. Okay, so these are some terms that I'm going to be using here. So obviously first you need to unlock the detective skill here, and then you do the basic tutorial hide style, soap style, and as soon as you hit level 4, you should go and start doing 4 to 8 smugglers raid. Like, this is what you should do. However, let's say you're level 20 combat and you're level 0 detective. Read this part. This is the part that I wrote for you, or somebody else wrote for me, and I edited, you know, the credits at the bottom. Thank you very much. This, you just have to do them by itself. Like, you have to do the non-combat methods until you match the levels. If you're 5 levels or more, like if you're 25 combat and 20 detective, it's not a big deal, because eventually detective XP will be slightly more than watchman, aka combat XP anyway. So there's that. But I think that's the basics. If I missed anything, I'll probably add it in later. And yeah, these are the methods you go for. 4 to 8, the smuggler's raid, which is located over here. It will be this and that building. So the moment you enter here and then you clear it, this building will stay open forever until you open this building. And that's when this building closes. So you just rotate between the two. There is 0 downtime. You just keep running between the two. So as you can see, I have previously cleared one of the buildings here, one of the raids. So this will always be open. You can run through this. This is really good for merch in specific, merchant skill. You can use them as shortcuts. This is like one of the best shortcuts in the game later on. Level 83, by the way, for this. This should be something that you should get minimum if you plan to do a lot of merchant. Level 83. Anyway, let me demonstrate how AFK this method is. The moment you enter, it takes like 3 seconds to enter. It's kind of annoying. But what you can do is, you just run here. Like, you have your melee weapon equipped, you run here, and assuming you're higher level than they are, and you don't have a risk of dying, you just AFK. That's it. Now you can just AFK for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, however long your clear time is, and you come back to free XP. It's probably the most AFK thing you can do in the game right now, I would say. The best thing is there's no downtime really. Like, they almost instantly start attacking you. They aggro you, they attack you. There's no combat immunity. You don't have to target them. Like, it's literally the easiest thing ever. And this is why I think this is the best method really. At some levels, it might not be the best XP for detective by itself, but if you combine the fact that it also gives you watchman XP, combined together, it basically is the best XP all the way to level 200. It's very good, very cozy method. Just important part is, make sure if you're doing it very AFK, you unequip your ranged weapon. Because sometimes when you enter and you start moving to the middle of the room, your character automatically starts using ranged weapon. So have it unequipped. Because, you know, otherwise your character is going to run out of ammo and then it's just one attack and you will die, right? And another part is, if you, let's say your two-hander is much stronger than your one-hander, what you should do is you should unequip your one-hander. So this way your character will automatically start using two-hander. So you will have more damage, you know, you will clear the raids faster. It's very nice. Like, this is the AFK method basically. This is assuming your two-hander is better. You unequip both weapons, you enter, you run to the middle of the room. At least this, you can do this in any of the spots, by the way. Like, all of these different spots, all the rooms are different, right? At the different spots, but you can do it in every single spot. I will quickly show all the AFK spots. This is the first spot for level 8. You go into the middle of the room. Very simple. Boom. And this is the second spot for the second location at level 8. Right here. Very simple. Boom. Alright. And now these are the 2 spots for level 18. This is the first spot. You AFK right over here. This is good enough. This is the second location for level 18. Right over here. In here. Boom. These are the 2 spots for level 51. They are very simple ones. They're open rooms. You literally just run into the middle of the room. Just like this. This is the second spot of level 51 location. Very open room. Very simple. In the middle. Just like this. Boom. Another quick tip I want to include is if you have a two-hander with a slow attack speed and you're struggling to survive, there's a trick you can use against fast attacking monsters. What you do is when you're in combat, you simply step further away from them or you step under them so that the hits will be traded. It will be 1-to-1 trade instead of in their favor. This is the last location and the best shortcut in the game, the level 83 detective level location. The first AFK position is also pretty much in the middle next to this table, just like this. You will be good. Boom. And this is the second location of level 83. This is the most important one because you actually need to go to a specific spot for the AFK. That spot is right here. Otherwise, if you don't go here, this monster will not aggro you. Monster, I mean gangster, obviously. Boom. Okay, so after showing you the AFK spots, because I think most of you guys will just be AFK in this method. It's really good AFK. Let's just quickly also go through the notes that I wrote. So just simply follow these notes. It's very important that before you move to the next tier of raids, you take a moment to check the armory for upgrades, and you also go to combat. The reason for that is it all depends on the weapon drops to determine how long you want to stay in regular combat against you know, monsters in the open world. So if you get a rare weapon, aka a purple, or an epic weapon if you're very lucky, you stop at level 51. That's good. But if you're unlucky and you only have a blue weapon, you can do extra levels. Do like 2, 3, maybe even 4 extra levels. And if you still don't get an upgrade, just go with the blue. It sucks, but that's what you should do. So after you get your weapon upgrades and your armor upgrades, with armor, you really don't need anything better than green. It's not a big deal. You'll be able to survive just fine. You go and finish getting the next tier unlocked through either investigations or in some cases through the spotting thieves method. It depends on the levels, but it's all written here. The pattern is the same. Don't forget to upgrade your handcuffs, because handcuffs do give you more raid XP. Same thing with enchants. You don't want to go more than level 25 on your enchant, because the scaling will be 0.2% per level instead of the 0.4 that you have up to level 25. And the rough cost of going from 0 to 25 is 18 gold. You know, if you don't have 18 gold, go however many levels you want, how many levels you can afford. That's all good. Another important part is there are 2 different handcuff upgrades. There's one at level 52 and there's one at 183. So apart from this, just follow these notes. There's also some extra tips here from Movement Enjoyer and Casey. They're really good tips. Read through them. And special thanks for Kuruto's Magic also for the help. And yeah, good luck. Have fun with the grind. If there's any questions, I'm probably live, probably like 12 hours a day because I'm completely addicted to the game. on my Twitch. Same name as on here, just Ombi. And yeah, good luck, have fun. Goodbye until next time. Alright, hello there. So I'm trying to make a video here. Cut. Yo, thank you, Redpin. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, boys and girls.